もしもし、ごめん母さん、ちょっと緊急事態でさ。
誰？
本当だよ。
シュリー、あんた特殊詐欺してるんだってね。
バカなことしてんじゃねえよ、ジュリー。お願いお願いお願い。
そっちは泰造のやつでしょ。
諸君、おはようございます。お元気でしょうか? Today we'll be taking a look at a comedy skit and learning some Japanese while we do it. I found this one too good not to share. So real quick, we'll go over some vocab and a grammar point that you'll need to understand the sketch, and talk about some Japan-related topics that you need to know in order to get it. Now, some of the vocab words might give away one or two of the punchlines in the skit, so if you don't want to be spoiled, feel free to skip the vocab section and come back to it later. So in our little sketch today, we're going to have these two facing off against each other. Ore ore sagi vs 大家族のママ. So ore ore sagi is a special type of scam that is very common in Japan. So ore ore means me, normally used by men, and sagi is a scam. So if we were to translate this into English, it'd be an it's me scam. Ore ore sagi. So that's what we have on our left side, the ore ore sagishi, the scammer of the it's me scam. And then on the right side, we have our daikazoku no mama. So if we look at our kanji here, we have ookii kazoku, or big family. And then no mama is how you say a mother. So we have our scammer on the left side here, and our mother of a very big family on the right. And we have a buiesu, that's how you say versus in Japanese. So these two will be facing off in our skit here. Now here's some vocab that you're going to want to know in order to understand the skit. Sagi, fraud or a scam. Tokushu sagi, this is like organized fraud, like phone scams and things like that. Kinkyu jitai, in a state of emergency or in an emergency situation. Daikazoku, large family. Hondai, main topic or main subject. Myoji, a surname or a family name. Tekito, appropriate or suitable, but in some contexts it can kind of be like random. To do something randomly can be like tekito ni. Yuko, trend, fashion, or popularity. Gaikokujin, foreigner. Tekkon, marriage. Seitenkan, a sex change or a gender transition. Hatsuon, pronunciation. Iwakan, a sense of discomfort, a feeling of strangeness, or whenever anything kind of feels off, you can call that an iwakan. Byoki, an illness or a sickness. And tayoru, to rely on or depend upon. And here's a grammar point that shows up in the skit tons of times. So we have statement janai, or statement janai no. Is like confirming something that you think you know. So it can be like, isn't it the case that this is correct? Or this, right? Now there are lots of variations on this with all sorts of levels of politeness and stuff like that, but we're mostly going to focus on janai no, as this appears several times and it's a more casual use. So to give a few examples, あれ? 俺の 3DS に触るなって言ったんじゃないの? Wait, didn't I tell you not to touch my 3DS? Ken-kunのパーティーに行くんじゃないの? Aren't you going to Ken-kun's party? Or あなたが殺人現場にいたことははっきりと証明されたのではありませんか? It has been clearly proven that you were at the scene of the murder, has it not? Now you'll notice this last one is a different form of it. This no de wa arimasen ka is a more formal, literary version of this. But it does the same thing. It kind of adds that negative and makes a question to it. So is it not the case that, or isn't this right? では動画の方に行きましょう。
オレオレ詐欺 vs 大家族のママ。
We already discussed this. オレオレ詐欺 vs 大家族のママ. The it's me scammer versus the mother of a large family.
もしもし、ごめん母さん、ちょっと緊急事態でさ。
ごめん母さん Sorry mom. ちょっと緊急事態でさ. I'm in somewhat of an emergency situation. That 緊急事態. An emergency situation. This de tells us that's the state we're in. And sa is a weird word. It doesn't really have a meaning. It's just kind of like a casual sentence filler here. So ちょっと緊急事態でさ. I'm kind of in an emergency situation here.
どれ？嘘でしょ？自分の子供がわかんないの？
So we've got, Huh? 誰? Who is this? 嘘でしょ? You're kidding, right? So is another kind of like surprise, like, huh? And then uso is a lie, and then desho is like, right? It's like a confirmation. So you're kidding, right? You're lying to me, right? 自分の子供がわかんないの? You don't understand your own child. So 自分 yourself, 子供 child. This わかんない comes from わからない. It's a casual way to say わからない. わかる in the negative. So I don't understand, or you don't know. So you can't tell your own child. 自分の子供わかんないの?
たけし？よしき？
そうそう、よし。
りょうご？
あ、いや、りょうご。
いや、しゅんのすけだ。
あやとだ。
なんかめちゃくちゃ子供いるな。これ大家族に電話かけちゃった？
So here we've got a lot of names. So she says, Takeshi? Yoshiki? So, Yoshi. It's me, Yoshi. And he's cut off. Ryogo? And then, no, yeah, it's Ryogo. Yeah, Ryogo. Yeah, Shunnosuke da. Oh no, it's Shunnosuke. Shunnosuke da. Da is our des in the casual form. So, Shunnosuke da. Oh, it's Shunnosuke. Ayato da. Oh, it's Ayato. なんかめちゃくちゃ子供いるな。So, なんか we can kind of throw in front of a sentence to mean like kind of. Then めちゃくちゃ is like a lot or crazy, something like that. Then we have 子供, which is kids, and いる to exist. So, wait, she has lots of kids. And this na is kind of like something you're thinking to yourself. So, whoa, like she has a lot of kids. これ大家族に電話かけちゃった? So we have これ here, which is this. Sometimes we can put this in front of a phrase to mean like what's happening here or what's going on here. Then we have 大家族, big family, ni, to a big family. 電話かけちゃった. 電話 is a phone call, and then かける is the verb we use to make a phone call. And then this ちゃった we're throwing on the end here actually comes from てしまう, implying that, oh no, I did this verb, or oh no, this verb happened. So the feeling is kind of like, oh crap, did I call a huge family or something?
和也？桐谷？十文字？まだいるんだ。てか名字みたいな名前のやついたな、さっき。太一？太一？太蔵？もう産みすぎて名前適当になっちゃってないこの時期。
And we've got some more names. 和也？桐谷？十文字？まだいるんだ。Wait, she still has more. So this mada means still, that iru is exist, and this nda, we're saying that's our situation. So, oh, we're in the situation, she still has more. There's still more coming. てか、名字みたいな名前のやついたな、さっき。So, てか is kind of like, wait a second. And we have 名字. 名字 is a last name. みたいな something like it. So 名字みたいな something like a last name that's connected to 名前. A name that's kind of like a last name. And のやつ that's a person. So there was a person that had a name kind of like a last name. And then that いた comes from いる. They exist. And then that na, once again, you're kind of asking yourself, wait, there was a person in there that had a name that was like a last name. And then saki is like just now. So altogether, it's kind of like, wait, one of those names was kind of like a last name, not a first name, right? And Kiritani is a last name, not a first name. So kind of a funny little thing going on here. Then we have a few more names here. Taichi, Taiji, Taizo. Now, an interesting thing about Japanese names here is sometimes your firstborn son can be like Taiichi. You'll notice that has that ichi kanji, that first one. It's kind of like the firstborn of this. And then if you have another boy, sometimes people will name like Taiji. You'll notice that's the second son. And then Taizo, like the third son. So they almost have the exact same name, but they have 1, 2, 3. That used to be a lot more common. It still does happen, but it's very common, particularly when you have the same gender of child over and over again. If you have your firstborn, you can have that 1, secondborn, you can have that 2, and the third one can have a 3, and so on and so forth. もう産みすぎて名前適当になっちゃってない？この時期。Wait, here you had too many kids and you're just kind of thinking up the names on the fly, right? During this period, この時期. So that's where this 適当 is coming in, 適当に. So it's like you're just kind of choosing the names randomly, or you don't really care. You're not putting a lot of thought into it. 適当になっちゃってない? We have that ちゃって from the てしまう again.
てかそろそろ本題入らないとな。次あたりに出てきた名前にしよう。
ティアラピンクアース
キラキラネーム流行時期来た。ここ一旦待つか。
てかそろそろ本題入らないとな。Wait, it's about time I get into the main topic. So when you put そろそろ in front of a verb, it's like this verb is about to happen, or it's gonna happen soon, or like you should do something soon. And when you have 本題, the main topic, and 入る to get into it. And 入る is in the negative, 入らないと is to meaning like if. So if I don't get into the main topic, implying I got to. If I don't get into the main topic, it would be bad. So I've got to get into the main topic soon. 次あたりに出てきた名前にしよう. I'll go ahead and use one of the next few names that comes up. Then we have some more names here. ティアラ、ピンク、アース、キラキラネーム流行時期来た. Oh, here's that period where we use the キラキラ names. Now, キラキラ name is kind of an interesting little cultural thing here. Now, normally when you have a name in Japanese in kanji, you use a reading that kanji would generally have. But kira names, literally like sparkly names, are the exact opposite of that. So generally you'll use the kanji as a way to give across a meaning. Then you can either make up your own way of reading it or use a word from a foreign country as well. Now, this is very commonly done in manga and anime, but it also happens in the real world as well. For example, Yagami Raito, the main character from Death Note, his first name, Raito, is not how you would read that kanji. That kanji is just ski or moon, but here they read it Raito to kind of give off a sense of moon and light, so moonlight. And his last name is also kind of a pun for like the night god. So looking back at the names given here, we have Tiara, so coming from the word tiara, but the kanji here is okan, literally meaning like a crown. Pinku, coming from the color pink, but it's using the kanji for momo or peach. And asu, meaning earth. But this one's kind of funny here because the kanji they use is uchu, which is space or like the universe. So they made one that doesn't even make any sense. It's like space versus the earth. Asu, but we're using the kanji for uchu. And while there are still many kira names around today, there was a certain time where they were more popular. So what he's saying here, kira name ryukōjiki kita. Oh, now we're at that period where kira names were very popular. Ryuko is kind of like they're in fashion, they're popular. And jiki being a period. So that period where they were very popular, it's here now. ここは一旦待つか. Okay, we'll wait a little bit. I don't want to do a kira name.
ヨシキ？そう、ヨシキだよ。ヨシキ？どっちの？ヨシキ2人いるの？なんで？何言ってるの一人で？あ、いや、ヨシキじゃないよ。
And we have another name, Yoshiki. So, yeah, that's right. Yoshiki. どっちの? Which one? え、Yoshiki 2人いるの? Wait, there's two Yoshikis. 2人 being our counter for two people. And then iru, existing, and that no, kind of our casual way to ask that question. That's the state we're in. Wait, there's two Yoshikis? なんで? Why? 何言ってるの? 一人で. What are you saying by yourself? Yoshiki じゃないよ. I'm not Yoshiki. じゃない being our negative, that yo being emphasis. No, I'm not actually Yoshiki.
誰かわかんない？ほらほら。もしかして、こうだ？なわけないか。何があったんだろう？こいつにしようかな、俺。
誰かわかんない? You don't know who I am? ほらほら。Come on, come on. もしかして、maybe? コータ? Just a name. コータ? いや、なわけないか. This comes from いや、no, and then なわけないか comes from そんなわけないか. It's a shortened version of that. そんなわけ. Like, there's no way it would, that's who it'd be. そんなわけないか. There's no way he'd be calling me. え? 何があったんだろう? Oh, what happened with him? こいつにしようかな、俺. So, こいつ is a not very nice way to refer to someone else. This is like saying that person. This can be very rude depending on how you use it. Now, he's talking to himself, so he's not saying this to anyone. So, こいつ, it's okay. Just be very careful with this one. It can come off as extremely rude. But this person, こいつにしようかな. Maybe I'll choose this one. This しよう comes from the volitional of suru, which means you've got intent to do this, right? こいつにしよう. I want to do this, or I'm gonna do this. So, I'm gonna choose this guy and this 俺, me. I'm gonna make that choice.
いいコス？ペドロ・パドビッチ？多分外国人と結婚した。洋物シーズンはやめとくか。じゃないとするともう、旬！終わったのか？よし。そう、旬だよ。旬なの？すごいですね。どこから電話かけてきてるの？これに関しては最新にした俺がバカだった。どうやってかけてきたの？
And we've got some more names that seem to be foreign names. いいコス? Pedro Padovicci. I can't say that one, so we're just gonna leave it as Pedro Padovicci. あ、多分外国人と結婚した。Oh, she probably married a foreigner. 洋物シーズンはやめとくか。Let's not choose any of them from the Western phase or the Western season. じゃないとするとも、if none of those are right, then 旬 a name, 旬終わったのか? Is it over? そう、旬だよ。Yes, it's me, 旬。旬なの? Oh, it's 旬? すごいですね。So this is how you would talk to a child, kind of like baby speak. So this is coming from すごいですね, but すごいですね. So it's implying that Shun is a baby or a very, very small kid who wouldn't be able to make a phone call. すごいですね。すごいですね. Oh, that's great. どこから電話かけてきてるの? And where are you calling from? これに関しては最新にした俺がバカだった。So これに関しては when it comes to this or in relation to this, 最新にした俺がバカだった。So 最新 is like recent, the most recent. 最新にした俺 that'd be me who chose the most recent one. 最新にした俺が It's our subject there. So I am バカだった。バカだった。So バカだった means I was an idiot. So it was stupid of me to decide to use the most recent name because apparently it's a baby Shun. どうやってかけてきたの? And how did you make the phone call?
いや、なわけないだろ。ふざけただけだよ。違うよ。
ちょっと待って、なんでさっきから名前言わないの？まさかジュリ？
そう、ジュリ。ジュリだよ。
ジュリ。よくもまあ電話かけてこれたね、おい。
多分ジュリやらかしてんじゃん。まあでも仕方ないからジュリで行くしかないか。
いや、なわけないだろ。Same thing. Oh, there's no way it's Shun, right? This だろ kind of like a right? ふざけただけだよ. So ふざけた comes from ふざける to joke around, to kind of like play jokes on someone. And then だけ is only. So I was only just kidding. ふざけただけだよ。違うよ. No, that's different. That's not right. なんでさっきから名前言わないの? Why haven't you been saying your name? まさか. So まさか is kind of like when something happens that's like unbelievable or like you can't understand why it's happening. So this is like no way or something like that. Judy? Judy's a name? Judy. Ah, so Judy. Yeah, it's me, Judy. Judy. Yokumo ma. So yokumo we can put in front of a phrase when we're like, you dare to do something. So yokumo, like how dare you. And this ma is kind of a sentence filler. So yokumo ma. 電話かけてこれたな、おい。You call me, huh? So this is kind of all one sentence. よくもまあ電話かけてこれたな、おい。Kind of like you got a lot of balls calling me here. Like, how dare you call me? 多分ジュリやらかしてんじゃん。So 多分 maybe or probably, then ジュリ, that's the name. And then やらかす. So やらかす is kind of like to go off and do something, normally implying it's like bad. So Julie's gone off the deep end or something like that. And that's in the ている. So that's what she's doing. And this じゃん is actually very similar to our grammar point. じゃないの or じゃん, like, oh, that must be the case, right? So Judy must have gone off the deep end and we don't know what she did. まあでも仕方ないから, well, it can't be helped now. Judy で行くしかないか. I guess I have no other choice but to go as Judy.
ジュリ？本当にジュリなの？
本当だよ。
ジュリ、あんた特殊詐欺してるんだってね。
バカなことしてんじゃねえよ、ジュリ。もう
今もまだやってるの？
うん。今もしてる。
嘘じゃないだろうね。
そこは心配いらないかも。
本当にジュリなの? Are you really Judy? 本当だよ. Yes, it's true. Judy, あんた. So when we have あんた, this comes from あなた. You can throw it right after a name. And here, when it's like right after the name, it's kind of like a little bit accusatory. Like, what's up with you? Or like you're going to give someone some advice they probably don't want. Or like chew them out. So, hey, Judy, you 特殊詐欺してるんだってね. I hear you're doing organized scams. So this だって is kind of like a casual way to say like, I heard this or someone was saying this. And then this してる is coming from ている of する to do something. ている you're currently doing something. So, oh, word on the street is, or I hear you're doing these organized scams, huh? バカなことしてんじゃねえよ、ジュリー. So バカ, stupid, バカなこと. When we connect to こと being a noun, meaning things, we use not. So バカなこと, stupid things. してんじゃねえよ. So when we add じゃない or じゃねえよ here, it means like you shouldn't be doing these things. Don't be doing these stupid things. Judy. So he's kind of chewing out Judy. Mo. Now Mo's interesting because it kind of means like already, but it can also mean like you're fed up with something like, ugh. Like, it's come to this certain point. So here he's like, I can't believe you're doing this, Julie. Come on, like, what the heck? 今もまだやってるの? Are you still doing them now? 今もしてる. I'm doing them even right now. So 今, now, も, in addition to other times, right now, also. And then してる. I am doing them. I'm doing them even now. 嘘じゃないだろうな. You're not lying to me, are you? そこは心配いらないかも. You might not have to worry about that.
じゃあ本当にジュリなのね。
そうだよ。今までのことはごめん。
性転換はうまくいった？どっ
ちだ？これどっちだ？
うまくいったの？
うまくいったぜ。
ダメだったのね。
あ、違う、ミス。
ミス？ああ、うまくいったの？
いや、ミスじゃなくて、まあいいか。
ごめんね、やっぱりジュリーはね、あなたのお父さんと一緒でね、海外の発音だから分かりづらくて。
これ養物シーズンの子供？
でも性転換成功したんだね、ジュリー。
よく聞いたらジュリーって言ってるわ。
ああ、本当にジュリなのね。So you really are Judy, huh? そうだよ。Yes, that's right. 今までのことはごめん. I'm sorry for all the things that happened up to now. So 今まで is up to now. we want to connect to こと being things, we have to use that の。今までのこと。Things up to now はごめん。I'm very sorry for them. 性転換はうまくいった? Did your sex change or your gender transition go well? We have 性転換. If you look at the kanji here, 性 is gender. 転換 is like to transition from one thing to another. That's our topic here. 性転換は and then うまくいった? So うまく comes from the e adjective うまい, like well or good. And then うまくいく can mean for something to go well. And that's in the past tense. So うまくいく, うまくいった? And that's a question with that rising intonation at the end. So 性転換はうまくいった? Did your sex change or your gender transition go well? は? どっちだ? Which one? He's confused as to like which one is it. So is this like a man to woman transition or a woman to man transition? And this is very important in Japanese because a lot of times the way you speak tells a lot about your character, and sex and gender have a lot to do with that in Japanese as a general rule. So he's trying to fake being this person, but he doesn't know if he should speak in a more masculine way or a more feminine way. So he's like, oh no, is this a man transitioning to a woman or a woman transitioning to a man? これどっちだ? Which one is this? うまくいったの? Did it go well? This no being a casual way to ask questions. うまくいったぜ? So this sentence ending ぜ here is a very masculine, like rough, tough kind of feeling, right? So yeah, it went well, kind of like coming across as more masculine, as like a guy, right? ダメだったのね? Oh, it didn't go well. It was no good. Didn't work. And this no ne is a very feminine way of speaking. So this person being the mother obviously speaks in a very feminine way. This dame means no good. Dame datta, past tense. This datta being the casual form of deshita, meaning like was. So it was no good. Oh, okay, I see. It wasn't good. Ah, 違う. Misu, misu, misu. Oh, no. That's wrong. That's not right. So 違う means something to be wrong or different, and misu means like a mistake. Comes from mistake, I believe. So misu, oh, that was a mistake. That was a mistake that I talked like that. And then the mom heard it as miss, like miss someone? Misu? Oh, うまくいったの. Oh, so it did go well. You're a miss now. Yeah, miss じゃなくて, no, not miss, but like, まあいいか, well, fine, whatever. ごめんね、やっぱりジュリはね, I'm sorry, as expected, Julie, あなたのお父さんと一緒でね, you're just like your father. あなた being you のお父さん, your father, と一緒, meaning you're same or similar to someone. で, and that's like a state. So, oh, it's in the state of you being the same as your father. And ね is just kind of a colloquial thing you can throw in there. あなたのお父さんと一緒でね, you're kind of the same as your dad. And 海外の発音だから分かりづらくて. So, 海外の発音, foreign pronunciation. So you have a foreign pronunciation. And this だから is a because. Because you have that foreign pronunciation, 分かりづらくて. So 分かる to understand. 分かりづらい. So づらい is something we can attach onto a verb in the ma stem. 分かりづらい, meaning it's hard to do that verb. So 分かりづらくて. It's hard to understand. Then we're taking that づらい and putting it as the te form to be 分かりづらくて. And it's hard to understand and implying that's why, right? あれ? これ洋物シーズンの子供? Wait, this kid is from that Western period? でも性転換成功したんだね, Julie. But your sex change or gender transition was successful, huh, Julie? Now this is important here because Judy is a very common Japanese name for a girl. Judy. However, Judy, a little bit of a longer E sound there. That's like the Japanese way to say Julie. よく聞いたら Julie つってるわ. You listen really carefully, she actually is saying Julie with that long E, not Judy, but Julie. So he's kind of like, I should have picked up on that. This is one of these Western kids.
はい? でもやっぱりなんかちょっと違和感あるんだよな。本当にジュリー？
そうよ。
性転換した？
そうよ。
ハーフで海外暮らしの？
そうよ。
90キロでメガネの？
そうよ。
でもやっぱり, but as I thought, なんかちょっと違和感あるんだよな。Something feels a little bit off. So here's that 違和感, that off feeling. Just something doesn't feel right about this. なんかちょっと違和感あるんだよな。本当に Julie? Is that really you, Julie? Huh? そうよ? That's right. And this is coming off as a little more feminine here. If you're a little more masculine, you put a da there. そうだよ. 性転換した? The one who underwent a sex change or a gender transition? そうよ. Once again, coming across as feminine here, but a little bit unsure. Like, I think I should be feminine here. ハーフで海外暮らしの the one who's half Japanese and lives overseas. So ハーフ means half, but it particularly refers to someone who is half Japanese. ハーフ. So, yo. So here he takes that yo, which is more feminine, but he makes it kind of more Western sounding, like someone who doesn't know how to pronounce Japanese, right? So, yo. You can also see it's written in katakana here to like emphasize this sounds a little weird or foreign. 90 kilo de megane no? The one who's 90 kilograms and wears glasses? And 90 kilograms is about 200 pounds, just so you know.
そんなことより、今緊急事態で。
緊急事態？
そう。病気が見つかって、緊急手術しないと死ぬかもしれなくて。
あんたちょっと、久々に電話かけてきたと思ったら死ぬかもしれないって。
でもお金がないから、助けてほしい。
そんなお金、出せないわよ、でも。
No, そんなことより。But rather than that, 今緊急事態で。Right now I'm in an emergency situation. 今 being now 緊急事態. An emergency situation, and that de tells us I'm in that state. So, implying we're gonna continue on here. 緊急事態, an emergency situation? So, yes, I am. 病気が見つかって. They found a disease or an illness. 緊急手術しないと死ぬかもしれなくて. If I don't have an emergency surgery, I might die. So, 緊急 emergency 手術 is a surgery. しない if to not do that. This to, if I don't do that. 緊急手術しないと if I don't have an emergency surgery. 死ぬかもしれなくて. So 死ぬ is to die. かもしれない is maybe, possibly. We're putting that in the te form because we're still continuing on our conversation. And then, interesting thing about Japanese, you'll notice there are certain words that can kind of be morbid or inappropriate. A lot of times they will just put a circle over one of the letters so that sensitive people aren't disturbed by it. It can also kind of be a funny thing, so it's kind of a little bit of both here. But on TV, there are certain words that you can put up and you can't put up, and certain words you'd be expected to kind of block out or censor. あんたちょっと. So あんた being you, ちょっと is kind of like a little bit. But when something's also kind of like hard to bear or hard to handle, you can kind of just throw a ちょっとin there, like ちょっと, like, oh man, this is rough. Right? あんたちょっと. So I was thinking about how you called me for the first time in such a long time. 死ぬかもしれないって. And now you're saying you might die? So this te, you're saying this, it's a casual, you said this, right? Or you're saying this. 死ぬかもしれないって. And now you're saying you might die? でもお金がないから. But I don't have any money. And that kara is telling us that's the reason why he or she is calling. 助けてほしい. So 助ける to help. Put in the te form followed by 欲しい. That means we want someone else to do something for us. So 助けてほしい. I want you to help. そんなお金. That kind of money? 出せないわよ、でも. I can't spend that kind of money. So 出せない comes from 出す to like give something out or to send something out. That's in the potential and then in the negative. So 出せる to be able to put something out, and then 出せない can't put something out. So お金出す would be to pay something. 出せないわよ, very feminine way of speaking. This demo, Japanese, normally this demo would come at the start, but I can't spend that kind of money. But when you're talking, you can kind of shift the order around a little bit and it doesn't matter as much.
ねえ、お願い。もう頼る人いないの。
でも本気のお願いじゃないんじゃない？本気のお願いの時は私にあれやってたでしょ、あなた。お願いの前。
ジュリー、午前お必要だな。
ほら、本気じゃないんじゃない？
ねえ、お願い、please help. もう頼る人いないの. I don't have anyone else I can rely on. でも本気のお願いじゃないんじゃない? But this isn't a real request, right? Like you're not serious, are you? Now this can be a little overwhelming at first because you can see じゃないんじゃない and that can be really confusing. But this is our grammar point. じゃない, right? Or isn't that the case? So 本気のお願いじゃない. It is not a real request. 本気 mean you're serious. 本気のお願い be a serious request. And then じゃない makes it not a serious request. And then we have that じゃない You're not serious about this, are you? 私にお願いの時は私にあれやってたでしょあなた。So 私に to me お願いの時はお願いの時 request time when you make requests は This wa being kind of like our topic or framework here. And then 私に to me あれやってた So あれ that やってた You used to do that And then でしょ Right? あなた And yeah, we're just kind of putting the anata afterwards, even though it would normally come earlier. So whenever you make requests to me, you always used to do that thing, right? No, that, onegai no mae. The onegai dance, or the request dance. Julie, kosei oni tsuyo da na. Julie has quite a strong personality, huh? So kosei is kind of like your personality or your character. If you have a lot of it, that means you're very individual. Like, not a lot of people are like you. Kosei. And then oni tsuyo. So oni comes from a demon. Tsuyo, like as strong as a demon. So her personality is as strong as a demon. She's got a very strong personality. The fact that she would do this request dance, right?
本気なら舞うはずだもの。
いや、それやってたっけ？
まさか別人？
お願いお願いお願い。
そっちは泰造のやつでしょ？
なんか惜しかったぞ。
もっとあなたのはこうポップなお願いお願いみたいなやつでしょ？
ああ、そうだそうだ。お願いお願いお願い。
ジュリー。うちにそんなお金ありません。
ほら、本気じゃないんじゃない? See, you're not serious about this, are you? 本気なら舞うはずだもの。So, 本気なら, if you are serious, 舞うはず. You would expect that you would dance. And then this damono is like giving a reason. So this is why I'm thinking of this way. You're not serious about this. The reason I'm thinking that is because if you were serious, I would expect that you would dance. You'd do the dance, right? Yeah, それやってたっけ? No, did I do that kind of a thing? So the take can be like a casual, you're trying to remember in your own mind whether that was the case, or when you're questioning someone, we're like, is that really the way that it was? So it's like, no, did I really do that? I don't think so. まさか別人? No way, could you be someone else? 別人, someone else, a different person. お願いお願いお願い The お願い dance. そっちは泰造のやつでしょ? That's the one that Taizo used to do. So やつ can be the one or the thing. So 泰造のやつ would be Taizo's one or Taizo's thing, right? So that お願い dance is Taizo's お願い dance, right? Is でしょ, right? なんか惜しかったぞ. Oh, I was actually kinda close. This なんか being kinda 惜しかった 惜しい means close. 惜しかった was in the past tense close. 惜しかったぞ. Oh, I was actually kind of close. もっとあなたのはこう yours was kind of like more like ポップなお願いお願いみたいなやつでしょ? It was kind of like a popish お願いお願いお願いああ、そうだそうだ. Oh yeah, yeah, that's right, that's right. お願いお願いお願い。
ジュリー。うちにそんなお金ありません。
うちにそんなお金ありません。In this household, we don't have that kind of money. So, うちに, うち being house or household, に in that household, そんな that kind of, that amount in this case, お金 money and ありません does not exist. ある in the negative form here. そして、オレオレ詐欺師はこのように諦めます。さて、いかがだったでしょうか? Let me know what you thought of this skit and the Japanese found in it, and let me know if you found this helpful. I'm happy to make more of these if you guys are enjoying them. And please show your support to these creators by watching the video on their site, and give them a like and a follow while you're at it. They're awesome. And while you're in the like and following mood, if you have not, よろしくお願いします。お願い、お願い、お願い、お願い。And you'll never see me do that again. でもありがとうございました。また次の動画でよろしくお願いします。